welcome to Midday Update. Coming up are the top stories for the day. US officials had expressed concern that China was filling the gap left by its absence. Beijing said it had no objection to the US joining, as it would need a vote before it's allowed back in the cultural body. The US plans to rejoin the United Nations Cultural and Scientific Agency UNESCO as of next month, the UN body announced on Monday after a 5-year absence over what the US had described as pro-Palestinian bias. The US's plan to join would have to undergo a vote by the organization's 193 members. Amid US reservations over Bangladesh holding free and fair elections, the relationship between the two countries is falling out, according to informed sources. US believes that the Awami League has been violating the norms of free and fair elections by not allowing the Bangladesh Nationalist Party to participate in the elections. Bangladesh is scheduled to hold general elections by January 2024, and the US wants them to be free from electoral manipulation and misconduct. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken on Monday said that the trajectory of the India-US partnership is unthinkable and filled with promise. Blinken addressed the US-India Business Council's India Ideas Summit in Washington, D.C. The annual US-IBC Summit is part of the US Chambers of Commerce and is being conducted ahead of the upcoming state visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the US on June 22nd. Blinken spoke about the unique relationship between the world's oldest and largest democracies and added that there is still work to be done to advance transparency, promote market access, and strengthen the respective democracies to unleash the full potential for the people. An 11-year-old British girl was shot dead by her neighbor at St. Herbert, Francis, Brittany, allegedly during a dispute over their gardens on Sunday, sources reported, citing the local mayor's office. Her parents were seriously injured in the attack. The family was in the garden when their 71-year-old Dutch neighbor came with a firearm. He began firing several times in their direction before shutting himself in his residence with his wife. Police intervened in the matter at 10 p.m. local time. The 11-year-old girl was found dead while her father suffered a life-threatening head injury, and her mother was also injured in the incident. After an hour, the Dutchman and his wife surrendered and were taken into custody. The head of the International Labour Organization, or ILO, has warned of an increase in the number of children who are engaged in work generally and mainly with hazardous jobs, Afghanistan-based news reported. The ILO's head in Afghanistan, Ramin Behzad, issued the warning on World Day Against Child Labour. Ramin Behzad said there were more than 106 million children between 5 to 17 years old who were engaged in labour in Afghanistan in 2020 and 2021. Sharafuddin Sharaf, chief of the Office of Taliban-led Ministry of Public Works, said that 19.5 million children exist in Afghanistan and 11.4 million people of them have enrolled in school. Now for some sports stories. Novak Djokovic has returned to the number 1 position in the ATP ranking after claiming the French Open title. He defeated Casper Ruud in straight to win his record 23rd Grand Slam title on Sunday, according to sources. He surpassed Carlos Alcaraz, who was holding the number 1 position until the French Open. The 36-year-old beat Alcaraz in the semi-final at Roland Garros. Now for local stories, His Excellency Minister of Finance has visited Kazan economic city, whose total investment value of attracted foreign direct investments reached 150 million Omani riyals. His Excellency Sultan bin Salam Al Habsi, Minister of Finance, paid a visit to Kazan economic city Barka. The visit program included an introductory presentation about the city readiness, infrastructure and projects in operation, such as Kazan Dry Port, Logistics Park, Wakut Biofuel Factory, in addition to undergoing projects such as Kazan Central Fruits and Vegetables Market, Labour Village and Human Vaccination Factory. More local stories. Parking of vehicles to be prohibited on both sides of the lane of Sultan Qaboos Street from the Royal Private Air Force to the Baraka Palace roundabout on Tuesday, June 13, 2023, said the Royal Oman Police. ROP calls on motorists to abide by the above and cooperate in order to serve the public interest. Those are the top stories for the day. For more updates, stay tuned and keep watching TTV.
Circly just landed in Oman. Now you can enjoy your life and save through unlimited buy 2 for the price of 1 offers and discounts starting 20% onwards at more than 2,000 leading vendors covering all your needs. Download Circly Oman mobile application, subscribe and try 1 month for free. Upgrade your lifestyle with Circly Oman.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.